I'm going to show you how to connect the shift cable and adjust the shifting on a Sturmey Archer 3-speed hub. Before I put this little nut on the end of the axle here, I wanted to go ahead and show you what the different shift positions look like with this little indicator pin. There's a pin that goes inside the axle here, and it's called the indicator pin. When it's all the way in, you're in the highest gear, third gear. When it comes out a little bit, this pin, when the end of this, the top of this pin right here, this little shoulder here of the pin, comes 1 millimeter past the end of the axle, that's second gear, and then when it comes all the way out, that's the lowest gear, first gear. But the main thing I want you to look at is when the shoulder of this pin comes past the end of this axle, that's second gear, and we're to use that when we're adjusting the shifting. Make sure the shifter is shifted into third gear. You might need to pull the cable like that. The cable comes from the shifter down through this cable housing here. There's a cable stop, a cable housing stop right there. Bring the cable along, and there's a pulley here, so bring it over the pulley. Sometimes the pulley is going to be down there, so you would bring it down to the pulley there, but make sure that it's going to go over the pulley nice and smoothly. And there's like a little thing here. You kind of want it to go under that, under this little part there. The cable's going to come down to the indicator pin, this little screw part here. Take this little lock nut and screw this all the way open like that, so it's all the way there, so you have as much thread here as possible. Take the cable part, thread this on about halfway. We want to have room to go both directions here. Now this cable stop actually works to help adjust the cable. What we want to do, there's a little screw on the back here. Loosen this just a little bit. Slide this little cable housing stop just until the cable is taut, just snug. Just slide that down until it's snug. And then go ahead and tighten this down. Now at this point, shift the shifter down into second gear. That's one notch. Now this is where it comes into handy to see the indicator pin there. What you want to do is, since you should be in second gear, go ahead and tighten this down until you can look down this hole and see the top of the indicator pin coming just past the end of the axle. And now you should be in second gear. Okay, now time to test this. Shift it up into third gear, and what you should see is the wheel turning very slightly faster than the sprocket there. If I shift it into second gear, the wheel should turn the same speed as the sprocket. And if I shift it into first gear, the sprocket should move faster than the wheel, in which case it does. So I'll go back into second gear, just double check that, and everything looks good. So now you can go ahead, just tighten this little lock nut here, lock it in place, and that is how you connect the shift cable and adjust the shifting on a Sturmey Archer 3-speed hub. Hope that helps.